Hello, welcome yet to another Unlimited Minds podcast here in Motivate Uganda. And today I am excited about the topic that we're going to be speaking about. My name is Tonny Mpagi, again from Motivate Uganda. Today we are going to be speaking about a sensitive topic, and we have a guest in the house. And I know you're going to be learning a lot of things. I just want to thank you for being a part of this show and the recent episodes that we've been having, speaking about amazing works here. But again, I know this is an amazing one. Just give it a share, subscribe, or call a friend to just listen and watch along with you from every platform that you're watching from. So let us just jump in and welcome our visitor, our guest on the podcast today, to just know something about them. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Tonny Mpagi, and I'm very happy to be here.
Yes,
I'm so excited about what we are going to be talking about. This is an honor and a privilege to be here.
Yes.
Just to introduce myself, I'm called Jonathan Wanyoto. I come from a very humble background, I would say.
Yes.
I grew up in the slums of Banda, and originally I'm from Mbale, so that is the eastern part of the country.
How do they say Mbale Bulaide? How do they say that statement?
It's I'm a Kampala person, so I grew up in the central, so I don't know much of my language, so that is a bad thing about it. Yeah, but I'm more of a Muganda than of my tribe.
Okay.
So that's the interesting bit of it. But I'm here and I'm excited. First of all, one of the most important things you need to know about me is I'm a born-again believer. I'm a born-again Christian.
Yeah.
That is one of the most important things for me. Just being born again, that was one of the most important decisions I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
And I work with PDN. It's an organization training pastors. I also work with another organization in the United States. It's called See Jesus.
See Jesus.
Yeah, it's called See Jesus. So it's also
See Jesus.
See Jesus.
Yeah.
You get to see Jesus in a beautiful way that you have never seen before.
Yeah.
But also, personally, as a person, I'm working towards founding. I'm the founder of how do I call it? A training, a coaching company.
Yeah, a leadership company.
Yeah, it's the coaching company called Wujuzi Uganda. So I am the founder of that company. And
by the way, we just love amazing work you're doing with Wujuzi and how you're leading people to knowing Christ and actually knowing what they need to do in their daily lives. Because it is a different thing knowing what God is calling you for and actually living it in the layman's world that we live in. So that is really an amazing thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so just jumping direct into our episode today, we are going to be speaking about focus. So if you're out there listening to us or watching me right here, we are speaking about focus. How much have you focused as a youth who's growing up or as an individual out there? Maybe you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or maybe you're just 13, 20, and you've not really gone deeper into this topic of focus. That is what we are speaking about. And I just want you to be ready. It may feel provocative at a certain point, but we know this is something that is waking you up. This is something that is waking me up personally, because it is something that we learn from every day. So, Jonathan,
yes,
as we are enrolling into this topic of focus, what does focus mean to you? How can you speak about focus in accordance to your life, as a man who has grown up in the slums of Banda, as this guy who has done many exploits, good things, who is working with big companies? We just want to know, what does focus mean to you?
Well, when someone is hearing us, they might think that we are here, we are talking about something that we have fully comprehended. Like we fully have reached. The Paul says that we have arrived. We have also not arrived in these things, but we are here to speak about them anyway.
Yeah.
So for me, growing up in an environment of distraction, where there are so many things distracting you, from where you want to go or from what you want to do, I have come down to when I think about focus, and for a long time I've been thinking about focus and what it really means, and I like what the discoveries I've made is that one of my best definitions of focus is that focus means to say no.
Focus means to say no.
Yeah, for me that is it. That is it. There is no other better definition that I've come across than that. Yeah, focus means to say no.
Wow.
So in life, there are so many things. There are so many people who will tell you, "Oh, you have to do this. You have to do this," and at the end of the day, you have as a person to find out what you want to do and say no to all the other things, and that is what focus is to me. So, for example, when I was at the seminary, as you know, I graduated from seminary last year, and in December actually, amidst COVID is when I graduated from my seminary. So, but when I went to seminary, I determined from day one that I was going to get a first-class degree, and I determined that, and along the way, there were so many things that distracted me from. Actually, in my class, we were about 30 people who started the journey of going through a bachelor's degree in theology. But at the end of the day, we only graduated 10 students.
Wow.
So which means these other guys, they had some things, pull them away from their goal, pull them away from what they wanted to achieve. It could have been family, maybe they have lost someone, or they have home stuff they have to take care of, or the finances. But amidst all that, I decided that I'm not going to be swayed away from what I want to achieve. And I attended every term, every class I attended it, and until I graduated. And for me, I had to say no. I remember there is a time I was in Arusha, and they called me that the class is already going on. I'm like, but I thought class is starting in 2 weeks. Like, no. So I had to jump on a bus and run back to Kampala and prepare to go to school. So for me, that is focus for me. You say no to other things and you pursue what you want.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm just in that moment of realizing that actually focus is saying no. We knew focus about just looking and intending to something and leaving others. Yeah. But that definition actually makes it much more easier for our dear listener out there. Yeah. So focus is saying no. Jonathan, what does... focus is an important factor in a youth's life, because Motivate Uganda, Unlimited Minds podcast is about that one young man, that one young lady who is out there, who is pursuing life to the deepest, who wants to say, I know I have these spiritual blessings, but again, in this world that I'm living in, I have to succeed. I have to be this man who is going to die empty. I want to utilize all resources that God has given me. So, why is focus an important factor in a youth's life today? Yes.
Well, Tonny, you've mentioned some of the things why I think focus is very important. First of all, focus. I don't want to say that focus is the single key. I don't believe in that. There are so many keys, of course, to so many things.
Yeah.
But I think that focus is one of the keys to fulfilling your dreams. So it's one of the keys. And if you lack it, then just giving an example, if they say that there is gold in this room or money in this room, but you don't have the key to this room, that means you're going to miss out on what is in this room. But focus is one of the things, one of the keys to fulfilling your dream, to fulfilling your call as a person, to fulfilling your purpose, to fulfilling, to reaching your destiny, where you're going in life, your goals, the goals that you have set, you have to be focused to achieve them. So focus is one of the things that help us have a good life. You cannot have a good life unless you're focused. You have to focus and say how, what does it take to have a good life, and how do I get this good life? And then you focus to get the good life. Success does not come by doing everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. You can't do that. You have to focus on something, and you do it you with all your strength, like the Bible says. The Bible says that find something to do and do it with all your might, and that is focus for me. You find something, and then leave these other things. When someone tells you, "Oh, let's go do this," you say no. It is easier for you to say no because you are focused on something.
Actually, that is something that is hard for most of our youths today. Saying no.
Yeah, it was hard for me at some point.
It is very hard.
Yeah,
because you find out that actually many people are focused to doing something. You know what? I want to achieve good grades this month. This time I want to have better grades. But at the end of the day, somebody comes, "Hey, do you know what? We need to... There is a party going on. Can we just roll there for 5 minutes?" But instead of saying, "Hey, you know what? I have to read today," they say, "Man, let's just jump in." I remember one of most of the things that used to happen in my late years in school was football. People used to watch football a lot. And they used to call me to watch football. Actually, even today, I don't watch football because that is one of the things that I put out of my mind not to do. But by then, it's because I was focused on something. So it made me hate football at all. But the reason why I brought that scenario is most of the people these days, they can't say no. Most of the youths
they
these
can't
days,
say no. They can't say no. And you know what, Tonny? I used to be a football fan myself. I play football. I have I've won some tournaments with football and basketball. But when I gave my life to Christ, I decided that I'm not going to watch football again. Up to now,
we are not saying football is a bad aspect.
It's not bad.
Yes, but it depends on an individual what you really choose to watch.
So for me, when I gave my life to Christ, I devoted myself to reading the Bible. And I saw like time of watching football and going, in the bar the whole weekend, because I used to watch football from Saturday when it clocked to noon, no work, nothing else. I had to go and sit and watch football the whole, the whole afternoon and the entire day. So, but I decided I'm going to concentrate on reading the Bible because I want to be a Bible scholar. Like I want to be one of the best Bible scholars in Africa. Wow. And that takes reading the Bible, sitting there and consume this book. So for me, there is no option for me. I have to focus either on what I want to achieve and say no to other things. You can't focus on both watching football and reading the Bible. It doesn't happen. Yeah.
So we see there are very many things that have blurred the focused lens of youths today. These are things that actually we love doing as young people. Or they may be things that we feel like they give us peace to be around. So which things have blurred? Okay, let us just expand more on some of those things that have blurred the focus lenses of youth of the youths today. Maybe somebody may be out there and they think, you know what, I am okay doing this, I am okay doing that. But I just want us to get into that point. Which things do you think have blurred the focus lenses of youths today?
Yeah. Well, Tonny, I think the number one thing is media, the entire media. No, not social media or anything else, but the entire media. The entire media is I don't know what. It's almost seems like it's demonic. And yet it is one of the things that can ever happen to, that has ever happened in human history is media still. But media has blurred the focus lenses of young people, spending time watching TV. If you spend like 5 hours watching TV, then what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you pursuing your call by watching TV? Are you pursuing your purpose by watching TV the entire day? So media is very dangerous. So it is one of the it's one of the things that has blurred the focus lenses of young people. The social media, Facebook and WhatsApp and Twitter and Instagram. There are others I don't even know. It almost seems like I'm
TikTok.
TikTok. I'm kind of old school somehow. So I don't. There are some things I don't do. Someone at one point was convincing me to go on Twitter, but I was like, man, what do they do on Twitter? So, but recently I've decided to open an account, but I don't know what to do with it anywhere, even up to now. So, media, and then friends, the Bible says that, bad company corrupts good morals. And young people, the friends they keep pulling them to the left and to the right, and not pulling them forward. Not pulling them forward. So they keep pulling them backwards to the left and to the right, and not, going forward.
Actually, I think that is one of the of the second ranking after media.
Yeah.
Because the friend cycles that most of the people live in, they're the ones that determine where
the friends you keep are very key to life. This one, man, everyone talks about it. Everyone you ever met that has succeeded in life, they will tell you that the friends you keep. And for me, man, I'm very careful with the friends. With even just we go to so many gatherings and people are taking this one is number. Me, I can go to a gathering and I don't take anyone's number because I'm thinking, man, I know I can help you, but can you help me? So for me, the friends, even family itself, family can kill your focus lens. So for example, for me, my sister called me yesterday and it was like, man, they need you for a meeting in the village on Sunday. I told her I can't come because I have a meeting on Sunday. If you want me to come for a meeting, you call me early. Don't call me like 3 days or 4 days to the meeting that you. No, I'm not that kind of person. You have to call me earlier. So the family and one the other very important thing that has blurred the focus lenses of young people is sin. The sin in our lives, that is a killer. If you want to do anything for God, man, sin is one of the things that is going to put a ceiling on you so that you don't go far. And man, the sin of a sin the young people are getting themselves involved in is one of the things that has, my pastor always says that, sin will take you away from the Bible, or the Bible will take you away from sin. And you find that most of the times when you're living in an environment of sinfulness, you don't even feel like reading the Bible. Like, man, this book looks like it's heavy. Yeah, man.
To get there,
yeah. So then ignorance. Ignorance. One of the things I do in Wujuzi is equip young people with knowledge. And ignorance. Someone says that ignorance is not bliss. What you don't know will kill you. What you don't know can kill you.
It's going to kill you.
It's going to kill you, definitely. But, that is one of the things. The young people are so ignorant. And the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. and young people don't know many things. They are always on social media and texting back and forth, and they don't get time to spend a time reading a book or a book. People have lived for 50 years and have put down all their experiences in a book. And for you are 20 years and you think you know it all.
Actually, social media is that one thing that that people sit on and they spend over 8 hours and they don't know that, man, I've been here for 8 hours. Yeah. Just know.
Yeah.
I think really we just need to make this topic very understandable to somebody out there. So we were speaking about those things that have blurred the focus lenses of young people today. And we are saying ignorance is one of those big things.
Yeah.
Ignorance is one of those big things. But again, what are some of the biblical principles that call us to focus?
Yeah. Well, Tony, for me, there are so few biblical principles, but they are very, how do I call it? They are very, very beneficial, and they are very effective. So, of course, the number one biblical principle that calls us back to focus is prayer. And this, my pastor keeps saying it over and over again, that, first God before you first the day. If you don't first God before you first the day, you're going to be disorganized. The day is going to run you rather than you running the day. The day is going to be in charge of you rather than you being in charge of
where
the day.
Where it blows to, that's where you'll
Yeah.
be.
So, but if you wake up early and spending time in prayer, communion with God, then everyone you will meet, it will be different. There will be a different environment. So one of the things that you can do to come back to a place of focus is spend time in prayer. Spend time in prayer. Fasting is my biggest. Man. Every time things are going bad for me, I recall myself to fasting. I have to fast. Fasting is actually, for me, very huge in my life. Fasting is very big in my life. I fast a lot. I'm a person of fasting, and fasting helps you. Just even the phone, these phones we get so addicted to. If you feel like you're going in a place of losing your focus, just go into a time of fasting, and you will see that your focus will be coming back.
Actually, just to cut you short there, how do we relate focusing with addiction? How can you relate focusing with addiction? Because addictions are some of those big things that actually eating a number of people in this era. How do we then shift people from their addictions with focus? Yes.
Well, because addictions are like habits. Addiction comes out of a habit, what you do every day. Habits of things that we do every day. And the thing that you do every day is what becomes an addiction. And if you want to refocus yourself, you need to break the addiction by breaking the routine. Because in habits, I read a book about habits, and what they say is there is a routine, and there is a loop, and there is a reward. So a reward is how you feel after doing this routine. And if you want to refocus yourself, you have to break the cycle. The cycle is what you have to break, and you do that by either spending that time you used to spend doing that thing in prayer, or you can spend that time during fasting, or you can spend that time doing something else or reading the Bible. So that's how you break the addiction. You have to replace the routine for you to be able to break the addiction, and that's how you refocus. If you know that this is your call, the call on your life, then find things that take you, help you fulfill your call, and replace them with the addiction. If you want to be a Bible teacher, then read the Bible. Read the Bible. Focus on that. Let that be your focus, and then say no to these other things. Yeah, so that's how you refocus yourself.
Yeah, as we get to the conclusion of this podcast, there are many myths that people have understood in line with focus that, you know what, life just finds you. It is a luck for you to be successful. So it is about you. There are those myths that are out there that we've heard about people say. For example, for you to be rich, it is your chance. Maybe a chance knocks once on a door. All those kind of things. How do we really get people from those myths that they have learned for over years and tell them that, you know what, focus is that one thing that is needed for you to finish your race or to accomplish your purpose today? Yes.
Well, for me, I think that to be able to succeed in life, there are so many other things. There are so many other things you have to do. But one of them is focus, and it's life. You can't live on a life of chance. Life is not a chance.
Yeah.
Actually, life is serious, and you have to get serious about it. For me, when someone, maybe when I'm somewhere and someone asks me, are you having fun? I hesitate to answer that question because I don't know what you mean by fun. Young people have their own ideas of fun. So for me, I hesitate to answer the question because what do you mean by fun?
Are you having fun?
Because for me, reading the book of my favorite author could be fun. And someone else doesn't see it as fun, and I'm like, man, life is serious. Okay. You have to be serious and find out what focus is, and for me, focus is intentional. You have to be intentional about it. Life itself is serious, and you have to be intentional about it. So I don't believe there is chance, and what we have to do is educate the young people. Rescue them from the Hollywood, the picture Hollywood has painted that life is a chance. So all those things that a young person thinking that they will sit home and one day something will show up. No, it won't. It won't. You have to get up and focus on something. Say no to other things, and that's when you.
Finally, we've come to the conclusion of our podcast. But Jonathan, as we conclude, what is that one life pillar you would love to share with our Motivate Uganda family?
Yeah, I think one of the number one thing I would love to share with the family of Motivate Uganda is that life is serious, and you have to get serious about it. 20 years from now, whoever is 20 will be 40 years. You want to live a life right now your 40-year-old self will not be ashamed of. And
absolutely.
You have to live a life right now. Your 40-year-old self will not be ashamed of or regret and like that boy was stupid or something. That old me was stupid. So you have to focus right now and be proud of yourself 20 years from now. And 20 years seems like a big span of period of time, but they pass by easily. Pass by easily, and you have to focus. You have to focus and know what you want in life. Have a goals in your life. Have a plan for your life. One of the things I encourage young people so much to have is have a plan for your life. Write down all the things you want to do, all the places you want to go, and that should be your focus.
Yeah,
and that should be your focus. So that is what I would leave to the young people out there.
Yes, thank you so much, Jonathan. It has been a very, very big privilege to have you on the Unlimited Minds podcast here on Motivate Uganda. By the way, if you're out there and you want more of these and you can't find it on Motivate Uganda, of course, you can just go on Ujuzi Uganda and check out Ujuzi with Jonathan. Check out their pages. They have amazing content out there. So we've come to the end of our podcast, but I want to thank you again for being a part of this wonderful Unlimited Minds podcast. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for calling friends. And above all, thank you for learning. We just want to see a changed Uganda. We just want to see a changed kind of youth today. That is where our focus is all about. So as we conclude, we just want to say we love you and thank you for being an amazing listener. So have an amazing time. Bye-bye. See you in the next episode.